Hi, my name is Tina Valentina, and the reason I have this channel is mainly because someone always catches me talking to myself way too often for it to be okay. I literally want to talk to you guys about my creative process. Like, I want to talk to you guys about my songwriting process and how it developed, how it began, and how it became what it is today. So for me, I started kind of writing lyrics. I started with writing lyrics. I started with writing kind of poetry. That sounds so obnoxious. I apologize. And that's when I kind of started taking it seriously, like around age 14. That's when I wrote my first ever lyrics, like full song, called Under the Tree. I didn't actually play piano at first. Like, I learned to play piano when I was 11 after I won a singing competition in my primary school. The price was a music school tuition for like, I think a year or like 12 classes. I can't remember. And then slowly I started playing around on the piano and I started being able to write music very simply. Disclaimer is, even though I write music and I'm so much better now than I used to be with music theory, I didn't know any music theory. Like, I didn't understand. I couldn't put music theory together with actual music creation. Like, I couldn't put those two together, which some people would find pretty interesting, I guess, intriguing. So I didn't know these kinds of things. I just knew the basics, like literally the very, very basics. So when I first started writing music, I would just write note for note what notes I was playing. That's what I find really adorable and interesting, that I could look back at how I started and where I am today and how much further I've got to go and where I could be in a few years. First, when I first started songwriting, is that I would kind of just wait for inspiration to strike me. I wouldn't like sit down and just start writing over and over again. And if I didn't like it, I would, give up. Like, had to be in a certain mood to write a song, and I would be spending hours, and then that song would be there, and then it would maybe take me months or even years before I started sitting down and writing again. I had written like a fair amount of songs by the time I was about 18, and I started developing into other instruments. 19, 20, I started playing the ukulele. I'm definitely no professional at it. I just play it for fun. So I got into uni in about 2018. I have since left university, but I met my band at that university. So for the first 6 or so years of my songwriting career, I was purely inspiration writing. So it was like maybe 2 songs a year. Maybe 1 year I didn't write any songs. Maybe 1 year I wrote 3 songs, and it would have been a really good year. Maybe just before I started uni, I started to get into the other side of songwriting, which is the creative practice. So it's the sitting down and planning on doing something. Around the end of 2017, I had someone close to me request a task of me, which was to write a 3-minute and 30-second catchy song. And so for me, that was the first time I had had a task like that. That was the first time where somebody had told me, hey, you need to actually sit down and write a song. Like, it's not inspiration based now. You need to sit down and come up with something and give it back. That was kind of like a kick I needed, and that's how my creative practice developed. So yeah, I guess this was it for this week. I will see you next week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Comment down below what you think. If you have any more ideas about songwriting, if you had any more questions, feel free to comment down below. And yeah, I will see you next week. My name is Lucina Valentina, and this is the LUV Life, my life behind the scenes.